Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing my first time tag. I know that this tag is old, but this is my very first YouTube channel that I've actually ever uploaded on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. So the first question says, and if you're wondering where I'm getting these from, I looked on Google and I see a list of questions, so I'm just gonna go off of that. It says first tweet. Um, my first tweet would have been back in 2010, but I don't use Twitter anymore. So, yeah. First YouTube video. My first YouTube video would have been last year, 2014. I don't remember the exact date. I should have looked that up before I even did the tag, but yeah. First person you subscribe to on YouTube. The first person I subscribed to on YouTube was Tiffany Darling. I'm a Pink Room Darling. That was the first person ever that I looked up on YouTube, and that's the first video I've watched, and I'm still watching them as the Daily Davidsons. First Facebook profile pic. My first Facebook profile pic was of my dog. Weird, but that was my first profile pic. Do you still talk to your first love? No, I don't even think I had a first love. If I was to say a first love, like a fake one, the fake one would have been my ex from middle school, and no, we do not talk. But my real first love, yes, we still talk. I actually live with him, so yeah. What was your first alcoholic drink? I am 19, but I have had an alcoholic drink, and that was Grey Goose. I took a shot to the head because I was upset, and that's the wrong thing to do. Don't ever drink because you're upset. What was your first job? My first job was at Captain D's. Um, that was the horrible experience ever. Captain D's sucks. What was your first car? I don't have a car, so I haven't had a first car yet. Who was the first person to text you today? Nobody. Nobody texted me today. I don't get no text messages. I get kick messages. Now that count. The first person that kicked me today was my friend Paulette. Who is the first person you thought of this morning? The first person I thought of this morning would have been, I don't know, because I didn't think of anybody this morning. But if I was to say who popped up second, I don't even know if I can say second because I didn't think of anybody but my sister. Uh, who is the first? Who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher was Miss A at Garden City Elementary, and that is here in Jacksonville, Florida. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I've never been on an airplane, so that question is going to get skipped. Who was your first best friend, and do you still talk? My first best friend was Paulette Ali. We are not best friends right now, but we're still close, and yes, we still talk. Where was your first sleepover? My first sleepover was at my ex-best friend Kimberly Carroll's house, and that was in middle school. What was your first thing you did this morning? The first thing I did this morning was got up and took a shower. It's the first thing I did. What was the first concert you ever went to? I had never been to a concert, so. First broken bone. First broken bone. I broke my pinky toe. which is something that my mom was like, you got 9 other toes, so we're not taking you to the hospital. But that was very excruciating. It was painful. Like, I flew from the couch to the living room. Like, what I'm trying to say is we had a living room, but it was in a closed area, and we had a family room. So that's why I'm saying in the living room. First piercing. My first piercing was my belly button. And if you want me to do a video on my piercings, leave a comment below and I'll do a video on that. First foreign country you've gone to. I've never been to a foreign country, but I've been to the Bahamas, Canada, and New York. And that's not a country. I just thought about that. That's not a country. It's somewhere I've been in the United States. So, yeah. First movie you remember seeing. If they're saying the first movie ever that I remember seeing, I would say Insidious. That was the scariest movie I ever seen, and I still can't watch that to this day. When was your first detention? My first detention would have been in high school, because I wasn't one of those bad kids, but I ended up cursing out this boy in class, and I got rolled up for it, and I had to do in-school suspension. So yes, that was my first time ever in detention, and it was boring. Who was your first roommate? I did attend a college experience thing with Mayor Alvin Brown down here in Jacksonville, and my first roommate was Nicole Boyd, and I knew her. We could pick who we wanted to be roommates with. I knew her because we went to school together, so yes. And we were at University of North Florida for a week. If you had one wish, what would it be? This is very hard because one wish, you can't just say, oh, I wish I had this and this. So my one wish would have been to have a steady job and a successful life. I mean, I wish I was successful at a young age. How about that? What was the first sport you were involved in? The first sport I was ever involved in was basketball, because I was at the YMCA and we had to play basketball. So that's the first sport. What is the first thing you do when you get home? TMI. But the first thing I do when I get home, and I'm sure a lot of girls do this when they get home, is I strip. I take off my pants and I take off my shirt, and that's just how I chill when I get home. And when was your first kiss? My first kiss was when I was 13 years old. That was the only thing that that was the only thing, So yeah. That, I think, oh wait. And my first time. This question. My first time was when I was 18, which I'm 19. So I waited till I was about 18 years old, and I'm still with the dude that I, had my first time with. So yeah. And that's all of the questions for my first time tag. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will do more tags once I find more interesting ones. So thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye.